what's Missin Curfew? It's when you kind of play guilty, but you show up.
How nice is a green light on the road, though? No practice tomorrow, no plane, just go.
Scotty Upshall in the clear, and he scores! Right in front, scores!
A few laughs, a little bit of fun, and obviously a lot of hockey talk.
You're listening to Missin Curfew.
The lads.
Up, dog fella? How we doing, buddy?
Playoffs are here, Obes. Things are good. Watching a lot of hockey, playing some golf, drinking some wine. Things are good, bud.
You know what I was thinking about? And this is not even doable, but I was thinking, imagine they played the regular season like they played playoffs.
It's not doable.
Physically
Maybe like
not
NFL
doable.
football.
Physically not doable.
Yeah, it's not physically doable. You tried. It's like going out. It's like going out 3 weekends in a row, sending it.
I'm just watching this playoff hockey, and I'm just like, this is so much better.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even fucking close to how much better it is.
Yeah.
Like,
they're not even getting paid nowadays. Everyone's basically on the same pay profile, right?
Yeah, I know, but you got all your paychecks. You put you invested some of it. You've helped out your wardrobe. You got some good suits. You got some money saved up for the summer to go on a bender.
No, this is when you get to, give them a tug.
Yeah.
You get to give the balls a tug.
It's just
tucked in those nice Tom Ford pleats.
It's just crazy how much better it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's great.
The hockey's been unbelievable. The refereeing, pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad. I haven't had to send out a post on X yet being like, who is this fucking guy? I think the refs have been pretty good. They haven't been horned up to call a penalty. But just guys finishing their check and competing, and we complain all year that these guys ski to the forecheck and then they turn around and hit guys. Everybody's hitting. And I'm just thinking there, as a fan, as an ex-player, you're absolutely right. It's undoable. I was just sitting there thinking, could you imagine if this was and that's why people love NFL football. It's only 18 games, once a week. They come out and they play like they're going to kill each other because they know they got a week off. And in playoffs, we have that same kind of feel. It's been unbelievable.
Yeah, it has. NFL, what do they say? Those guys run through, how much time on field do they actually have in a game? 5 minutes?
Well, if you're like
where they're actually in plays.
I don't know.
It's not that much.
That's a
hockey right now, these guys going out, and you know what it's like after game one. After the first period, you look and you just go, okay, I haven't felt that all year. Like, I haven't felt that fucking shoulder feel like that, or I haven't felt that block shot on my laces, or that guy, Brad Marchand's wrist after Domi smacks him. Like, there's certain things right off the hop you go, fuck, okay, playoffs are here. Yeah, this is gonna hurt for the next 2 months.
It was last night in the Vegas, and we're gonna get to all the series, but in the Vegas Stars game, old Wild Bill Karlsson went in there to hit Niskanen. And he just kind of turned his back and his ass to him, and old Wild Bill hit him. And you could see the look on his face of like, first of all, the wind was knocked out him a little bit. And second, he was kind of like, oh boy.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. Like regular season, Niskanen probably just takes that, makes a turn, goes the other way, fucking does the Rafi Torres reverse hit, and it's like,
yeah, no.
They showed him on the bench ups. He's like,
I mean, and what you're getting, which is why fans love it and why we love it, because you watch too much hockey as is regular season hockey, and it's about time you get to watch.
Yeah, I deserve it.
That actually, you feel like you're not wasting too much time sitting on your couch watching hockey now, because it's the only thing to watch now. Guys you just say reverse hits. Guys are hitting guys that you don't expect to, and that's when the game is being elevated, right? Like guys are going outside their comfort zone. Guys that normally swing are hopefully trying to bury a guy, knowing that in game 5, game 6, game 7, that momentum and that sort of, physical play that you bring will be the difference in the series. In the series, that's exactly it.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable. The refs, good job, fellas. Keep letting the boys play. Up dog, first and foremost, we got to talk about him getting here. Scotty Scheffler, I'll never fuck up his name anymore. I used to screw it up. It's impossible. I'm not that much of a meathead. So listen up, dog. I took Aberg at plus 1,400 heading into the RBC. Just because he had he finished he finished second at the Masters. I watched him play the back nine. I thought he's young. He's probably full of piss and vinegar. He came out and played unbelievable. After the third round, you texted me and said, "Obes, you should hedge your bet right now." And I texted you back, "I never hedge." Well, up dog, I listened to you as my best buddy and a business partner. I hedged Scotty Scheffler after the third round at minus 140 on DraftKings. I should have put $10,000 on him, or me and you should have put together our net worth, because there's no way he was going to lose that tournament. And I only had minus 140. When I went to DraftKings, I thought he was going to be like minus 300 or something. 3-shot lead, 4-shot lead. There was a rain delay on Saturday. They had to come back Monday, which I still think favored him. So, Scotty, thank you again. But up dog, I should have put more on him, but I did hedge. I never hedged, but I did hedge this time.
I mean, he's just collecting Benjamins, collecting trophies. 4 wins last 5 starts. I mean, 16 bananas he's made in 44 days this year. It's quite impressive. It is quite impressive. What I like about his game, Obes, is just the confidence and calm. Like, if he has a bad shot, which is very unregularly, if he has a bad shot, he's coming back with a great pitch shot or a incredible putt. And his putts are all skimming past the hole or touching the hole. And you know what it's like when you're feeling it, right? Like, the guy's just...
The game's not bad right now.
Guy's on. Yeah,
My game's not bad right now. We got the Cravens. We got the Cravens coming up.
But I will have to say this, and I'm going to slide this over to in the female.
You're going to slide to her DMs? You're going to slide to her DMs or what?
Yeah, no. I think this name needs to be talked about. Nelly Korda. She's won 5 consecutive LPGA events. I mean, and these two are dominating their respective leagues.
Great getaway sticks.
Yeah, Queen Nelly
sticts. 5 in a row.
5 in a row has, we're not sure this has ever been done before.
I don't think it has.
This is quite the honor. But between her and Scotty, they're taking over the golf world. No one's dominated like this, in ages. And golf is one of the toughest sports to stick up and compete against other guys in a one-on-one type battle. And these guys and girls they're crushing it. So shout out to those two.
No, classy play by you for Nelly Korda. I turned on, I think it was the Chevron. I think it's a major on the LPGA Tour. I don't watch much LP, but this girl is a phenomena. Is that a word?
She's a phenomenon.
She's a phenomenon. And beautiful lady too. Yeah. Beautiful woman. And anyways, I flip it on. She's on the back 9. She's at par 3, 17. 2 shots up or whatever. Fucking, she almost dunks it. Hits the pin. Almost ho-ho-hos it to like 6 feet, makes the putt. I'm like, wow, that's impressive ball striking there. Like, just a tight little draw up, dog. I'm like, woo.
Yeah, no, it's impressive.
She actually withdrew this week from the LA Championship. I think Uppy just
tired of winning.
Yeah, I think she's just got to rest the legs.
I hear you.
Rest is a weapon, as I like to say. Hey, but Scotty Scheffler said, some yo-yo asked him if does this ever get tiring? Like winning golf tournaments and winning millions of dollars. Like, what kind of question, what kind of life does that guy have if he thinks winning on the PGA Tour and collecting checks, Benjamins, as you just said, is boring? And Scotty kind of laughed and said, no, it never gets boring. And any golfer knows this, up dog. He said, hitting a good shot is addictive. It's like a drug. Like, I'm addicted to hitting good quality golf shots. And when I hit a shot towards the pin, it's the best feeling in the world. Now, there's some other good feelings, Ups, but that one's pretty good, eh?
Like a backdoor beat or like a late night tap in.
Yeah, exactly. Or like
cold pint.
When you get one done that you've been working on for a while and you didn't know if you're going to get it done. You probably didn't have to worry about this too much, but and you get it done, that's a good feeling too. I got it.
It costs you a bit and some heartache, but
yeah, listen, I mean, I don't want to say it's Tiger-esque. I mean, 4 wins his last 5 starts, like you said. He's the first guy since Tiger to win a major and then win a tour event the next year. And 39 years since Bernhard Longer, speaking of a guy who keeps himself in good shape, probably on life force. He won the Masters in the RBC. So, listen, man, I do think, though, Ups, fellas out there, if you're golf guys, keep betting this Aberg. He's going to win here soon. I mean, he was, top 10 again. He just didn't putt great on the weekend, had a couple loose shots, but I think it's a matter of time before this Swedish stud.
Yeah.
Is he getting married? Are you sure he's getting married? He's not single, just doing damage. Are you sure?
I don't know. Maybe we'll look him up.
I hope. Stay single. If you're listening to Missin Curfew, stay single.
Come off the green there at the Masters and bug it out with someone.
Maybe he just flew her in. We talked about that.
Yeah, totally. You're not finding anything in Georgia anyway.
Well, Hot Atlanta you are.
Yeah, not really.
Ever been to Cheetahs in Hot Atlanta?
I have.
Oh, mama. How are you?
Peaches there.
How are you? So Scotty Scheffler, buddy, keep her humming. Updog, I wanted to talk to you about something here. We touched on it last week about this NHL play-in tournament. And the more and more I've been watching this playoff hockey, Ups, and we just talked about it, like how great it's been, right? How much better it is than regular season. It's not even close. Like, and the end of the regular season, we had some great races, don't get me wrong. And, McKinnon, Kucherov, McDavid doing their thing for the Art Ross, the Hart, Matthews there was great storylines. I'm not taking anything away from the regular season in that aspect. But the more and more I think about this play-in tournament, I think the NHL, it's time. Now, in a perfect world, I think if you bring the game, if you instead of 82, you play 75, and then you hope, what's that? That the 7 games you miss, you hope that the play-in tournament generates enough revenue to kind of cancel those 2 weeks out, right? So if the play-in tournament would have started and we did it the same way as the NBA, it would have been in the West. It would have been St. Louis, Mini, and LA, Vegas. Whoever lost the Mini St. Louis game is out. Winner goes on to play the loser of Vegas and LA. The winner of Vegas and LA is in. And then on the other side, Pittsburgh, Detroit, Caps, Islanders. I just think Updog, I don't love the NBA, but I think they're onto something here, man. And you imagine having Sidney Crosby in a little 2-game play-in, Ovi with a little 2-game play-in. And then that way you take away these games against the Sharks and Hawks and Ducks. You know, like either way, like these games are just tap-ins for this team. 75 games, play-in tournament. Let's fucking rock.
Yeah, you're still going to get the tap-in games. So you got to consider you're still going to have the top teams playing. Now, right now, I love where you're at. I love where you're at because those games, there's so much on the line. Now, there was so much on the line for, the last game of the season. Now, it sucked that they all had to play them, within minutes of each other, and that Tortorella's decision to pull the goalie was the reason that Detroit wasn't able to get in. They, it took away. So there's still going to be the games at the very end. The Metropolitan, whether it's the Rangers chasing a President's Trophy and they got to play a team that's trying to get in, so there's still me. But the one-on-one showdown to get in, I don't know if you're going to, 82 games seems to be the magic number. What are we talking about? Setting 100 assist records, right? Like you got to play a certain amount of games. We don't want to take that away, to take the history of the game away. But in this case, it's how do you fine tune it so that it's more exciting on TV? It gives more guys eyes. It gives us more eyes on TV.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, and you're absolutely, those are great points. I'm just gonna say for a guy like myself, I don't watch NBA regular season at all.
Totally.
I turned on those NBA play-in games over regular season NHL games, and you would have to admit nobody watches more NHL hockey than me. Maybe Steve Kulich, that'd be the only guy. But to me, I'll watch a 1-game fucking playoff atmosphere in a different sport. It's the best.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about game 78, Sharks Blues. Are you kidding me? There's no one. And what
they don't give a fuck about it either.
Exactly.
You can see the way they play.
And what you said about TV, then you have this play-in tournament. Now you get ESPN, Steve Levy and the boys, and you get TNT with Biz and the boys, doing their thing, covering the play-in tournament, generating more stuff on social media. It's just something that's going to have a little more hype to it than, oh, hey, who we got tonight? Oh, Flyers, Caps, and the Flyers got to win in regulation, so they got to pull their goalie. And then Detroit wins. If they win, they're in. It's like, what? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's such a good idea, and I think adapt or die up, dog. I mean, I would love to go back to the 1 and 8. 16 teams get in the dance, but I think this play-in games, I think there's some opportunity.
Yeah, there's still room for it. There's still room for at the end of the year. You know what? They get 1 day off, and then it's fucking mano-y-mano with maybe 1 more day off before before it starts.
Yeah. So as an ex-player, that's a good point by you. The teams that aren't in the play-in games, they would get a full week off. So the NBA, those guys got a full week, but those guys are so soft that they probably loved it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be a week that you would be off. That's a long time.
Yeah. I would say 5 days max.
Yeah.
5 days, you know what it's like. And even we talked about this on the pod, but you're like, any more than 5 days, I'm fucked.
I know. Yeah, right? No, for sure. Well, but nowadays, if I was as mature as I am now, and I'm thinking these guys are probably a lot more mature than a week to me of just resting my body, getting treatment, getting some workouts in, flushing the system, doing the cold tub, getting the IVs, massages. I'm not like I'm not thinking.
Sounds pretty damn good.
Yeah, like I'm thinking these guys are like, all right, I could take 5-6 days off here, but it is a long time.
It is a long time, and you wouldn't have guys sit out, right? Like you'd still have McDavid play game 82 if he had a week off. You would have Matthews. There would be no question. Are you going to sit Matthews the last 2 games? I know he's sitting on 69 goals, but you go, fuck no, he's got a week.
Yeah.
I think a week's a little much.
But I do love a lot.
Listen, and there's no question that this is talked about in GM meetings, and that it ultimately lies at Bill Daly, and the big boy there, Bettman. It sits on their desk. It's new. It has to. The NBA's crushed it with it. There's no question it's sitting on their desk.
I guess if the guys that are probably going to argue against me is hockey's so much more of a physical sport than a play-in tournament for hoops, right? You're risking guys there's going to be some injuries coming out of this play-in tournament, right? Like the first guy I think of that comes to mind is Braden Shen. You don't think Braden Shen would have liked the little play-in tournament? He would have fucking put his balls on the line.
Yeah.
Guys would just – it's so hard to get in the playoffs. And these teams now, Uppy, are so close. It's tough in the West because Vegas is wild card too, and we all know what's going on there. But I think L.A. probably a little bit better than Mini. But, I mean, I think these guys deserve a chance of a 1 or 2 game little let's get her going. Win, you got to win to keep going.
I agree.
But just something I thought about, and I'm all for just some of these regular season games down the stretch are so bad and so boring. But anyways, Updog, last but not least on our little intro here, turn the clocks back. Fucking Lindy Ruff is back with the Buffalo Sabres. Are they going to bring the Dominator back too?
What's the Dominator? Last time I was there, I went out for dinner. Well, this is a while back, Fact Daddy, and I saw the Dominator. He came up to our table. He had a glass of wine with me. I was like, fucking rates. You know, Obi got his first goal on you. No, but he's a beauty.
Yeah.
He's still living there.
Hey, can I tell one thing?
Yeah.
Remember that hit Soupy Campbell put on fucking RJ Umberger? Yeah. Good God. What? First of all, Soupy, I never thought you had that in you.
Playoff time.
Umberger was
again playoffs.
Yeah, Umberger was a guy I wish I could have gotten the fucking trolley tracks. But imagine that hit happened today. Like even when I saw it, and I'm an old dinosaur, old school guy. When I saw it, I was like, oh my God, that's violent. Like you know, we talk about how great playoff hockey, but back when we played, it was
standard.
That was standard.
Yeah, like keep your head up, or you're not going to play.
Wow,
knocked right.
He was out. He was done. Oh man, he was fucking done. Anyway, sorry, Updog.
No, that's okay. Lindy Ruff returns after, 11 years. He's been on an 11-year hiatus, which is funny because, wow, I played world championships in Switzerland, and he was our coach. And at the time, he was playing for the Sabres. So, holy shit, I'm just aged myself.
Yeah. We're old.
Craig Berube was right there.
Craig Berube, obviously Joe Quenneville, he came out and finally spoke on Strick and Janny's pod. I mean, he's out there. Travis Green, who's the interim guy right now with the Devils, who I think will get that job. But I don't even know what's going on in the American League, right? Like, there's got to be a ton of good coaches down. And listen, I bet you Lindy Ruff is a beauty. He's an old school guy. I would love to sit down and have a beer with Lindy Ruff and pick his brain and just talk to him about his career. He's got an unbelievable career. But if I'm Craig Adams, and it didn't just work in Jersey with basically the same fucking situation that's going on in Buffalo. You got a young team with tons of talent, and you're trying to get it figured out. How, as a GM, you're just like, I'm going to bring in Lindy Ruff because it went so well in Jersey? I mean, it's just, to me, it's like, I don't know, man. Like, I guess the fans know him. Maybe the fans love him. Maybe it's a thing for ticket sales ups. I was shocked by this one.
It has to be shocking. It's, at what point do you just not want to give an opportunity to someone else with a fresh voice? And, Is there no one coming up through the grapevine that actually wore a Sabres jersey that, would be a good voice and a good face for it? Like, is there anyone?
When I think Sabres, I think that big Paul Gostad. Remember how big he was?
Oh, yeah,
he was a beast.
Played against him since we were kids.
He was a beast.
He was a beast, yeah. WHL guy.
Cody McCormick. I just remember Cody McCormick playing for Buffalo. Chris Stewart. I'm just thinking of all the meatheads that they had. All those guys were great guys, too.
I mean, listen, it's good for him.
Good for Lindy, but
how old is he?
He's like 67 years old.
At least.
Kyle, how old is he? Check that, please. He's 67 or something. And, listen, I watched some Devils game because of Frosty and Greener was there. I love your boy Jack Hughes, right?
64.
64 years old. Like, some nights behind the bench, Lindy, maybe needed a sniffer. Looked like Biden back there. Like, hey, wake up. Wake up, bud. Is
that you?
Is that you? Lindy, let's go.
Psyops here.
I just think for if you want to bring Lindy Ruff into the Buffalo Sabres, if I'm Craig Adams, I hire him as the assistant to the GM or something.
Yeah.
I want Lindy Ruff.
Head coach, right?
I want Lindy Ruff around, but I don't need Lindy Ruff traveling every day, having to do the video, on the bench for 82 games. Like, I just don't know if that's the answer for this young kind of up-and-coming team here.
And we're old school guys.
I love Lindy Ruff. Yeah. I'm not saying, I'm just saying from the GM's perspective, if I was...
I bet you Chief didn't even want the job.
No. Chief's waiting for the Leafs job.
Yeah.
But we're going to get into the Leafs anyways. But anyways, Lindy, it's nothing personal, buddy. We wish you the best. I love the Sabres fans, Chippewa Street. We'll see how it works out. Hopefully, Lindy, you prove me wrong. We'll be right back here at Missin Curfew. Welcome back to Missin Curfew. Up his world. Party time. Playoff edition.
Big fella.
Speaking of Uppy's World party time, we got pretty banged up Friday night together, right?
We sure did.
Yeah. You ducked out there. I gave you the Uppy. Don't leave, man. Why don't you stay for one more?
Anything past 2:30 in the morning.
Fuck, did you put your head down and just keep trucking?
I did it.
Me and Loops were like, he didn't even check his shoulder and look back. He didn't even like, hey, boys, love you.
Up, dog.
I'm like, I'm straight going. Don't go. Just stay for one more. We're going to have one more.
Yeah,
and then you left, and I'm sitting there with Loops going, I got to fucking go
6
too,
in the morning with your kids is not perfect.
Can't imagine. Can't imagine.
And what did I do Saturday? I took the kids. I did something with them, but it was a long day, bro.
How was that?
Long day.
Shout out to our boy Frankie at Rothschilds once again. It was unbelievable. I don't remember much of the whale or how was it in there?
I remember it was good.
Yeah.
All the Ducks were there on their year-end party.
Yeah, talking to Jonesy. I got to meet Leo Carlson, great kid.
Good kid.
Stromer, broke it down with him, awesome. This is what I wanted. You and Gudis talking. I'm like,
I looked at Gudis, I said, get over here.
Yeah.
Let's fucking hack it.
I'm like, this is awesome. I'm like, Loops, look at this. Look at this. Someone take a picture.
I get up here and all these guys who play with you, they tell me you're a good guy. And when I heard it from Coop, I'm like, fuck, okay, the guy's got to be a good guy. I'm like, I apologize. I got you with the water there the one day, but you did knock me out in the home opener there. Fucking, he caught me big time.
Dude,
head down.
He's a liability, man. He almost
no, he got me so good. I thought it could have been an elbow, but
in the last game against Vegas, he took out fucking Cotter's legs, and I'm like, if I'm Vegas, I'm like, keep this Gudis off the ice. He's going to injure a whole team before playoffs here. Like he does not take nights off. But I got a great kick out of that when you're like, I'm like, someone take a picture of this. I guess I couldn't, but I was so pinned, I was looking out of one eye. But it was a fun night, anyways. But
yeah, no, for sure. So anyway, let's touch on the little playoff hockey, little playoff bets here. Obes, obviously been tickling our DraftKings account here as we normally do. But one thing I want to share is these live bets. So live bets for me, I'm checking out as the games go on now, getting a feel for how the play's going. Is it going to be high scoring? Is it not? Tough to pick at the start of the game. But as you start to get a feel for it, I've been kind of watching the games early, looking for over under and goals, seeing how the goalies are playing, seeing how the D are playing in front of it. And last night, for example, was a prime, the Vegas Golden Knights. I text my boys. I'm like, listen, Petro's back. This is big game one. Stanley Cup champs. Dallas plays a tight game. Great, Ottinger's a great goalie. I'm like, I think it's going to be tight. And then sure as shit, first fucking period, it's 3-2. It's 3-2. I have under 5.5, and I'm like, okay, checkmate. I'm done. But then I started to watch kind of how the game unfolds, and they did start to tighten it up. So as the game went on, I started to go, this is the Vegas put this line now at 9.5 goals. There's no chance Vegas is going to loosen their game up to keep this. They might score 2. Now the only thing I will say, if you're someone that wants to gamble, the lines are going to kind of get higher. But consider this in the playoffs, because it stung me before, is that when teams are down 3,
yeah,
normally in the regular season, they're not going to pull their goalie with 6 minutes left if they get a power play.
No, they're not.
They're not.
But they are in the playoffs.
But now they are. So, for example, the Toronto game the other day, I had the puck line, and then I went on and I doubled down with the goals. I doubled down thinking it's going to be under 8.5, okay?
Yeah.
And sure as shit, Toronto's down 3, and fucking Sheldon Keefe, I'm looking at him, I go, do not pull your fucking goalie.
Is this against Tampa?
No, this was against Boston, in the first game.
The first game, my bad.
And so I just was like, you have to consider that. So consider, like, overs. If a team is up 3, consider, like, an over still not a bad play. Like, where normally it's like team will tighten up. Well, they're going to pull their goalie. They're going to try to get.
You're going to either get the empty netters or you could get the 6-on-5 goals. There's going to be opportunities.
There's going to be opportunities for more goals. So just and Vegas isn't perfect with their lines. Yeah, they have algorithms, and yeah, they have,
I think the live betting, from what you've been telling me off air, is like, I think you can catch them sleeping a little bit. Like they think, oh my God, they scored 4 goals in the first period. They're going to score 10.
Yeah.
You're like, no, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. See, so it's tricky, but it's a way to, if you think you have a feel for hockey, and most guys do. A lot of guys I talk to in game are like, whether it's fans or my buddies back home or guys that like to gamble, you kind of feel it out. So follow the lines. They keep your DraftKings account kind of up and running and keep refreshing where these lines are, because you might be able to get them.
Or you can definitely get a feel for how it's going. You can. I don't live bet at all. I should maybe start.
I'll tell you when you start to live bet is when you lose the first game on the 4 games a night.
Well, then I just double down on my late games.
See, but yeah,
I just start hammering.
Just get in there in game and fucking.
Yeah, I hit a 4-gamer last night. I had the Leafs, Hurricanes, Oilers, Knights. But listen, when the Hurricanes were down 3-0, I went up and double dipped on the Oilers, thinking, okay, I got to get back. because I had Hurricanes money line too at minus 240. So I'm like, fuck, there's, whatever, minus 240 I lost. So I went and hammered the Oilers, and then, we'll talk about what happened. But that's usually what I do instead of live betting. I just go to the game later that I think's going to win. Mm-hmm. But I think the live betting is definitely...
Yeah, just keep it up. Look at it and follow it, and then see if there's shoot me a text, be like, can you believe this line? Like, it's good. It's good topics of conversation. If we do a live show too, which we will throughout the playoffs, we will focus on that with our listeners. We will have our DraftKings and be like, listen, the line just is here. What do you guys think? Is this?
Yeah.
Should we all hammer this?
Yeah.
Get them involved.
Uppy's World. I like that. Uppy's World. Party time.
Let's go.
Live bets. Take the under. Take the over. Keep an eye on it. I love it.
Just close your eyes and hit fucking.
What else you got pulled up on that computer? Hey, you got DraftKings, Pornhub.
I got the whole thing. I got it. Fuck. Whatever you guys need.
Somebody was asking about your T-shirt you wore last week, the dog one.
Dog with hat.
He said, where'd the Updog get that tarp? So does that mean that guy's a crypto guy? He knows what you're talking about?
It depends what he asked. Yeah.
Or he likes dogs.
It was a sick hat. Yeah, maybe. If he said it was a sick
tarp
dog with a hat.
Oh, he just said,
not coming off.
Where'd Updog get that sick tarp?
Yeah, so I bought that online. I found that in the depths.
Yeah, but I figured he's a crypto guy.
Yeah, he is.
I think so.
So I wore this shirt. It said, it's just a dog with a hat. But the width is WIF. And in the crypto world, that's one of the meme coins it's a top 3 or top 4 meme coin. There's Dogecoin.
Yeah, so this guy knew that for sure.
Yeah, there's the Doge, which is, it's a top 5. It's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solano, and then maybe Doge. Like, that's how much of a market cap this carries in crypto.
Wow.
If there's $1 trillion in crypto, Bitcoin owns like 50% of it, and then Ethereum 40. Well, it's just a coin, and it's basically a tribe of people that want to chase it. Well, the dog with the hat is coming on strong.
Well, this guy must be a crypto guy because he was loving your tarp. Yeah. So I don't know who it was, but fella,
let's go.
You got to get to the depths.
The hat's not coming off,
the
boys.
The
hat's not coming off.
Updog, the Missin Curfew. Dog of the week. Start us off there with a friend of the show, old school dying breed. Who we got there?
Fuck. You just had a little episode on Pat McAfee with our boy Biz. Patrick Maroon playing physical with the boys. Listen, back in the playoffs again. We all know his story. What a lovely story it is. 3 cups. He's back in there. Listen, monitoring the blue line with him and Revo. You got to love it. Big physical boy. Has a knack for the net, chipping in offensively. But Patty Maroon, love what he's doing. Nice to see him back in the lineup.
Yeah, listen, his hair is just slick back, just fucking greasy, slick back, going no bucket in warm-up. Had 6 hits in Game 1. I thought he was unbelievable in Game 1. If I'm going to be honest, I thought their fourth line in Game 2 wasn't as good in Game 1, but I thought Patty, Game 1, 6 hits, brought that element, championship pedigree. So keep that going, Big Rig. And then for me, a guy Updog that I talked to you about before the start of the playoffs, Dakota Joshua. This guy, just a playoff guy. Big, strong, 2 goals in Game 1, physical, bringing energy. That's why he's the Missin Curfew Dog of the Week, him in the Big Rig. But this guy's a playoff guy, man.
Talk's
a playoff guy.
Talk's gotta love him, man. What a play on that game, but what a goal. Huge momentum builder for the team. They had just tied the game. Next shift, boom. And just all his energy got the crowd uplifted. And just as soon as I did that, I fucking said, this is Obi's Dog of the Week, 100%. But Dakota Joshua, he will be a big, big reason why the Vancouver Canucks have success in this run.
Dog of the week. Keep that going, boys. That's what it's all about come playoff time. Updog, my man, it's milk carton time here at Missin Curfew, and I'm going first. And I'm putting Mitch Marner on the milk carton. The time enough is enough here. All right. I don't know if everyone's probably saw it. The thing going on social media where he blew some snow. The puck was going to the corner. He completely fucking bailed out. I mean, completely bailed out. The time is now for this guy. You know, we all know how much money he's making. We all know what's happening in Toronto. They're 1-1 in the series. He has been a non-factor. His compete level's too low. He's not getting the dirty areas. You have to get uncomfortable come playoff time, and it's over and over with this fucking guy, Uppy. And enough's enough. If he doesn't turn around, if I'm Brad Treliving, I'm telling him, hey, give me a list of 10 teams because you're fucking out of here. Enough is enough. But Mitch Marner, come on, man. You're better than that. I don't even know you, but I know people that do know you. Just get in there. It's not going to hurt that much. Get a little cut on your face, a little fucking bruise. It'll feel good after, Updog. They need this guy. Matthews has been unbelievable. We'll touch on Domi later, but Mitch Marner, you're on the milk carton, fella. Come on, man. You got more than that.
Yeah. My old man be fucking losing it. I wish I was watching the game. My dad's a big Leafs guy, and if you are a Leafs guy, you want this guy to play harder. You want this guy to fucking wear his heart on his sleeve and match the effort that, the guys on his team that make as much money are.
Yeah.
And the guys that aren't.
Just get uncomfortable out there. Do some things that you haven't done. Hit somebody. Somebody, Mitch.
Go to the net.
Don't go in there and try to hit him. Like, if I see him do that one more time, too, I'm going to rip the TV off the wall. And I got Lupel texting me, a former Leaf who played the game the right way. And Loops doesn't watch much regular season hockey, but I've been watching every playoff game. And the first thing he said, is this Marner serious with that effort? Is he serious, Hopes?
I know. I asked our boy on our podcast last week, I said, who in the room calls these guys out? Is there anyone?
I don't think anyone does.
It's a joke.
Tavares doesn't.
It's too bad because I would be standing up just going,
maybe Edmondson
on the bench. Yeah, he could. Shanny should be like, Joel, you're the guy with the Stanley Cup on this team. Fucking call out Marner.
Yeah.
Just like during the game, stand up and be like, hey, we need to make a scene out of it.
I agree.
Challenge some guys. I don't know.
Like Doughty did last night. He yelled down the bench at the end of the game. Like, I don't know who he was giving it to, but he's like, like just barking at him. Like, this is time. Let's go, boys.
Yeah.
So Marner, come on, man. You're an Ontario boy from London. You grew up watching the blue and white. You got as good as chance as anyone right now in this series, but they need him up, and it's year after year. You just got to give his ball a tug.
Obes, I'm going to consider throwing. I jumped on X yesterday with this William Nylander. The practicing, not playing. I'm getting fucking. Fans are like, oh, if I see him horse around with the goalie in front of the net, like he should be playing. Like, shut up. You guys never played the game. You don't know what it's like. Now, whatever injuries he's dealing with. I think we're at the fact now with the partnership between DraftKings and the NHL, the partnership between the NHL and all other gambling sites, the partnership that, moving forward, I just think the NHL needs to consider a protocol with these injuries. I think the coaches and the GM need to put out a list on, let's just say game days, questionable in the morning. Thatcher Demko, for example, today it comes out he's got whatever injury, he's not in the play. Now, he's not going to play tonight, perhaps questionable for the series. I think it should be upper body injury, questionable tonight, questionable for the series. And not just like I won't say anything on his injury. Like it needs to be something. And whether a guy has a upper body or a lower body, maybe they need to say it's a knee.
I
think
a
back.
I think with the way gambling has come along now, and I think you're talking about it off air before we started recording today. Like, if a guy has a bad left wrist, yeah, you may zone in a little bit more, but you're still going to play him as hard. If he has an upper body injury, something's fucking hurting him. So if I see the thing, Upshaw's got an upper body injury. Well, I'm going to cross-check him in the arm or back, or something's wrong up there.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the gambling, I think it should go to the next thing. Listen, William Nylander, he has back spasms. That's why he's not playing.
Yep.
Thatcher Demko has a right groin strain. That's why. Like we should know what's going on.
Yeah, and at least then you could be like, okay, I've had a right groin strain. I've had I had blocked a shot. I have a bruised left foot. Like, okay, then you're like the better, and you're like, all right, is he going to play, and is he going to be effective?
Exactly.
And then that determines whether I want to take the game or not.
100%. So that's the world we live in nowadays.
Yeah, and it doesn't. What I'm saying is, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to play Shane O'Brien hard, in the corner, and I'm going to still slash you on both your ankles, not just your left sore one. Like, you know what I mean?
Totally.
And then the refs know too. So the ref goes into the game and knows he has he's got a left wrist. If I see someone slash his left wrist, I'll be like, hey, fuck you, you're going to the box.
Wow. So I never looked at it from that angle. That's
so then the
true.
refs even know.
Yeah.
So if a guy has if the guy's dealing with a sore shoulder and all of a sudden you come into a scrum and the guy just cross-checks you in the shoulder, the refs are not dumb. Mm-hmm. And they go into the game going, okay, who's hurt? Let's see how these guys use their sticks against them, for example. Mm-hmm. They can still finish them legally. No. But if a guy's going to use the stick, I just still don't understand.
That's a good angle from the referee's perspective, because that brings in human element, right? Oh, Upshaw's got a bad left shoulder. Fuck, if O'Brien goes in there and cross-checks him in the left shoulder tonight or punches him or drives him in, I'm gonna give O'Brien extra 2 there because he knows that he's hurt there. That's something that human element would play into a referee for sure. Peeler would be a great guy to ask about that, but that's another good angle. I've never thought about it from that perspective. But I think the time is now that you can't just hide these injuries and be like this and that. Like, tell us what's going on with these guys from a gambling perspective. Absolutely. And I just want to touch on Willie Nylander because I did put out a video listen, I heard some rumors that might be his back. If he's hurt, I apologize to Willie. I like Willie Nylander. I think he's sick. He's got sick style. I think he's a good player. Come on, man. There's a thing called Tortorella out there, or take a fucking shot. Like, get out there. I saw him skating in the Canada Cup. To me, Uppy, if you can get the high step and go on and the sauces going and rip it top cheese, you can at least play the power play, right? Like, you can't tell me you can't take out one of their fourth liners, bring in Nylander, and say, hey, if you can't go, you're just going to play power play at least. Like, at this time of year, everybody's hurt. There's not one guy in that dressing room that's not like, fuck, my shoulder, my hip. So to me, if he is big-time hurt and something really bad, like a disc or something, or I don't know, Uppy, I apologize to him, but to me, I'd love to see him out there. Find a way to get out there and compete. Yeah. Find a way.
And I just, to further that, I just don't think there's a benefit of him on the ice at all if he's not playing. What is it? Fucking he's going to lose his hands? Like, no, if he's not allowed, you know, if they all say he's not good enough to go, then just keep him off and rest him. And
what's he doing out there for morning skate?
That's exactly what I mean. Just keep him off. He should be fucking in the chamber. He should be fucking getting hands on him. He should be doing everything he can to get back. Red light therapy, fucking cold stuff. That doesn't hurt. What if it is his back and he goes out and just, it's a little tweak here and there? That's where it doesn't make sense.
If you're going to go out there for fucking morning skate, and listen, they ended up winning the game. So right now it looks all right. But if they're down, if we're sitting here today and they're down 2-0, and you're in that dressing room and you watch a Willie Nylander go out there and do the old Canada Cup, which was one of my favorite drill, by the way, the old swing. I don't know, dog. If you're hurt that you can't play, stay off the ice. Don't let the media see you. Like Uppy said, get all your treatment. I hope Nylander's back. I think he's a good player. And if he is hurt more than I think, I apologize. But Willie, give those balls a tug, fella. Get this guy a Labatt Blue.
Presented by Labatt Blue Light, the pristine Pilsner. Enjoy your beers together, boys, this playoffs so you can live life to the power of we. Always enjoy responsibly. Beer, Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York.
There was this beauty from Colorado that before the game the other night, after watching the game, he probably had about 13 or 14 Labatt Blues, but he had his beautiful little baby girl in an Avalanche jersey sitting on the couch with a Labatt Blue in her hand. Nice. It was cute. It was really, really cute. So, up dog, my boy, Weegsy, baby. He did it. I had dinner with Weegsy when they were out here playing the Ducks. He was a little worried about getting 20. I said, well, stop talking about it. Just let's not talk about it. It will happen. But he got 20 goals. He had over 200 hits, 17 even-strength goals, Flames record, passing the great Al McInnes. And like I said, the first player in NHL history to score 20 goals and have 200 block shots. Weegsy, baby, I know you're on a year-end bender right now, and I know you're crushing Labatt Blues and whiskey and everything else, but get one in you, fella. Unbelievable year. I'm happy for him up top.
I love it, buddy. Weegsy, baby. Well-deserved. Listen, Ryan Reeves is going on his, right here, his 13th straight season in the playoffs, Mr. O'Brien.
That is nuts.
With the Blues, Golden Knights, Wild, and now the Toronto Maple Leafs. But wow, Revo, 13 straight, well-deserved. Fucking teams need you, bud. Keep her going. Toronto Maple Leafs going home 1-1. Get yourself a Labatt Blue Light, fella.
That's crazy. And still making an impact. So good on you, Revo. Get a Labatt Blue in you. Our boy, Matt Rempe, who you were texting with. I love that he got back to the up dog. Coming out. Listen, MSG. Fucking what a barn. I mean, playoff hockey at MSG. Is there anything better? Matt Rempe comes out, makes a nice little play, chips it in, gets on the forecheck. Bug turns over, right to him, bangs it in. Matt Rempe, good on you, kid. First ever NHL playoff goal. He played good. He's big. He's strong. And up dog, he brings a swagger to the Rangers that they haven't had in years past. So say what you want, but the big boy, get a Labatt Blue.
Love it, buddy. Hey, good Alberta boy. And listen, I read this article just of him answering like, well, did you go to the Cheesecake Factory last night? And he's like, no, we went to somewhere nice. It was tough to get a reservation though in New York. You know, I said, when I hit him, I said, buddy, just don't ever worry about the reservation.
Yeah, right? Where you want to go,
you just let me know. You either text me or let me know. I'll make it happen. I'll get my boy Mac L on it. Fucking, you'll be dialed in. You will, and I just said, just go, man.
Yeah,
Being in New York City, heads up.
Listen, whenever this run comes to an end for them, and we're going to get in the playoff series right now, we just need to get him a table at Due West for the year-end bender. It just says Matt Rempe on it, and he brings whoever he wants. And he just has
totally.
If he can even fit in that, he might not be able to fit through the door, but we'll bring him in the back, maybe.
No, he's not going to have to worry about going in.
Yeah, he definitely can't go downstairs at Due West. Those stairs at Due West.
Want to get in there and ride his coattails.
Oh, yeah. How about it? Yeah. I love what he's doing up dog, and like you said, if you need Rezo up dog's your man. And then last but not least, we both agreed on this one, Alex Barkov. In game one, he was just absolutely nasty. Offensively, defensively, the pass he gave to Carter Verhaeghe. Barky, get yourself a Labatt Blue. This guy, to me, is still underrated. He played great. He played unbelievable in game one, so we'll see how he does, but get a Labatt Blue in you, fella. Up dog, Jagger, iciest shot of the night, presented by Jagermeister. Best served at 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Damn, that's cold. Check Jagermeister out at www.DraftKingsXJagermeister.com. Up dog, damn, that's cold, my man.
Buddy.
Austin Matthews, brah. Austin Matthews, first of all, shout out to Max Dolmy, flips it up. Matthews takes it in stride. You look like a
wide receiver.
Yes.
It was sick.
I'll take that. Puts it down. I might even put it through the legs. Takes it down. Coming in on Allmark. Hey, wham, Spinky. I'm like, oh, and his celly was sick. Get yourself a shot. Damn, that's cold up, dog.
That buried me. I took Toronto that just buried me. That was so nasty. 7 minutes left on the road, going in, breakaway for the 70th goal of his season. I mean, heads up. But well done. That was the Jagermeister shot of the night.
Yeah, I'm telling you, boys, this nice little Jagermeister thing we got back here that keeps it at 0 degrees Fahrenheit, it's a nice touch to have for playoff hockey, and better yet, into the summer. Come back from a round of golf with the boys, and that thing's ice cold. You just say, hey, fellas, let's get the night started. Let's get the night started, right? Let's go. So Austin Matthews, damn, that's cool. That's cool. Up dog, the DraftKings, baby. Playoff recap presented by DraftKings. Stay tuned because you'll hear more about DraftKings and all it has to offer throughout the show. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Up dog, we talked at the top of the show. The playoffs have been unbelievable. The guys are playing hard. The refs are keeping the whistles away. So let's start in the East. Florida, Tampa. Listen, I thought Florida played an unbelievable game one. Detailed structure, great through the neutral zone. I thought their defense looked unbelievable. I thought Chucky was doing his thing. I do respect the response from the Tampa Bay Lightning. However, besides the power play, although what a shot by Stammer there to make it 3-2 with the goalie pulled. Are you fucking kidding me with that? Listen, it's going to come down to Tampa's depth. John Cooper said all the right things again. They got all the championship pedigree. I'm not worried about the big boys, but can the depth guys come through for these Tampa Bay Lightning? I love the way the Panthers played. Big, long, structured, compete, physicality. Everybody on their team had a hit. Chucky's like the first time I've ever seen that. The Sunshine State fuck fest, as the up dog says. I like the way the Panthers look, but I'm not giving up on the Lightning just yet. The Panthers got to stay out of the box. You can't let those Lightning get out there.
No, you're right. And one thing about the Florida Panthers is they had all their guys. And I mean the Reinhardts, the Verhaeghes, the Kachucks, the Ekblad, the Barkov. They all got in on the scoring. And you know what it's like. You want those guys to feel it early. You want them to come in and go like game one, like we all touched the puck. We're all a big reason for the win. Now we just carry that momentum. So that's the bonus for them. I did like Tampa's response. First period, they Brandon Hagel find a way to score. This Bobrovsky's so solid in net. Like he doesn't give those second and third opportunities. So when you do have the chance, you got to put him behind him. And to me, I think this is going to continue to be low scoring. I think every game's going to be tight. If you're looking at it from a gambling perspective,
love it.
The puck lines,
there's
going to be some overtime matches. These guys, no one's going to lay down and die in this series. It's going to be fucking two good teams that hate each other, that will go the distance. So for me, if you're looking at that gambling bet, that puck line is right there.
Great point by you, because I just wrote down not a lot of room for both teams, both well-coached teams. Maybe the two best coaches in the league right now for just sound bites, beauties. I'll give Coop the advantage. Coop has a little bit better suit game, but I love Paul Maurice. I love John Cooper. Both these teams, you can tell they love to play for these guys. They play with structure. Updog's right. Puck line is a hell of a bet. I just think there's more depth on Florida right now, and they're hungry and they're younger. But listen, we got T-shirts out right now. Go to Sauce Hockey, the Sunshine State Fuck Fest. Uppy, it's great for hockey in Florida, man. Every time these two teams play, both fan bases are great. Everyone's got a good tan. They're happy. It's a great series, but like you said, it's going to be close. So
Absolutely.
Moving on to Carolina Islanders. First of all, let me give some love to the Caniacs out there. Game 1, they come out to rock me like a hurricane. It was just absolutely buzzing. Game 2 last night, the Islanders are up 3-1, and they come storming back. Seth Jarvis, this kid's a big game player. Sebastian Aho, backdoor tip-in. Jordan Martinook loves Nickelback, loves Missin Curfew, gets it on the forecheck. The place was going bonkers up, dog. The roof was going to come off the goddamn building. So Caniacs, you're unbelievable. Thought the Islanders played great in Game 1. Thought they could have stole it. Carolina, being a good team, found a way to win. Thought the Hurricanes, I wasn't watching all of it last night because I was watching more of the Boston Bruins, but from what I watched, Canes were just taking it to them, and eventually the Islanders kind of...
They got exposed. They got exposed big time. Their D couldn't keep up, right? When the press happened, I was texting my boy K-Wash, who I gave this pick. I said, Carolina puck line, Carolina money line, like they should run. They're down 3-0. I go, uh-oh, but this game is not over. And then you just saw what happens when in your building, using momentum, you start to pour it on. Your top players start feeling it. Sebastian Aho carrying the puck up the ice, making moves. When Jordan Martinook scores a goal back-to-back 9 seconds apart to go up, you know that things are aligned for your team. And this could very well be the Hurricanes' year. I mean, the timing, getting Freddie back, Freddie showing he's still the guy, that's epic. And then going out and sizing up and getting Jake Gensel at the deadline, who was the most sought-after player, free agent at this deadline, laying it on the line to get him proving to be the playoff performer that he is, Obes, getting his goal last night, a big assist on...
Palmieri lost his fucking mind. I don't know why. He just took it around him, put it through his stick, and put it in, and Palmieri went...
It doesn't matter. Fucking right. Yeah. But that's... Yeah, that was the closing. I would have fucking fought someone at least.
Let me ask you this. Let's put on our Islanders... let's act as ex-players here, right? Patty Wall comes in and says whatever he says at the end of the game. We're on the bird. We just pissed away a fucking, we haven't lost on home ice yet. But I guess what I'm asking is, how do you bounce back from that? Because that's a gut punch, man. That one stings. They went in there, they thought they stole Game 2, and now they're going back to Long Island where they're like, what the hell just happened? Yeah. It's a tough bounce back.
One thing is they're going back home. I don't know. Have they played playoffs there yet? Did they make the playoffs last year?
Last year they did.
Okay, so they did. I think it's going to be a great opportunity for them to get their foot back in the series. I wouldn't consider them dead. They need to understand what worked.
Yeah.
And what worked is not getting worked.
Yeah.
They got worked in the third period.
They did.
But they also, they found a way to get the first goal. And then they found a way to just shut these guys down and kind of get in their way. But then their D got exposed, Obes. That to me was their D got exposed. Now, use the home ice. But if they don't come out and have a great start and get the first goal, this could be corn dogs.
Yeah, and listen, so Islanders fans out there, they're going to be rocking too. Two great fan bases. The Hurricanes fans are great. I can't wait to see UBS. We've had some people reach out. Me and the Updog, we want to come to a game there. We're not going to make it there this year, but Islanders fans, we respect you. We love Captain Cons. We'll see how they bounce back. Rangers, Washington. Listen, Rangers fans are unbelievable. Trocheck's a beast. This one's going to be a short one, I think, fella.
Yeah. No, it is. The Rangers are my pick right now to run in the East. They're big, they're good, they got goaltending, and they're getting fucking, their power plays legit.
Nasty.
Legit. And
They're so
Lafreniere playing the way he is, he's playing like a number one pick. VC, Goudreau is the fourth line guys. These guys are playing well, man.
Shesterkin.
Yeah.
Shesterkin.
Heads up
for Shesterkin. Ovi, I love you. Willie, I love you, but got your hands full there. Last but not least in the East, Bruins, Maple Leafs. I'm going to start off first. Max Domi. I've loved him all year. I'm going to pump my own tires. I said put him with Matthews. If I put him with Matthews, we'll see what we're going to have. Listen, I had no problem with what he did in Game 1. I loved that he slashed Marchand off the opening faceoff. I loved it because every other time that Brad Marchand has come into a series against the Toronto Maple Leafs, he thought he could do whatever he wanted. He always had Chara. He had Big Luch. He had fucking Miller. He had a bunch of these guys that were going to protect him, and the Leafs had no one. Well, now they got Ryan Reeves and they got Max Domi, who's playing against his line and said right off the opening faceoff, fuck you, buddy. I'm here for the whole series. Uppy, did he cross the line? Yes, he did. He took a bad penalty in Game 1. I knew he was going to bounce back. He had a goal and assist in Game 2. Max Domi is a playoff guy. And this Leafs team, Uppy, is finally a team I can cheer for. Domi, Edmondson, throw Bertuzzi in there. I can finally, Matthews, I absolutely love.
Yep.
Willie Nylander, although he's not playing. Revo, it's finally a guy who grew up as a Leafs fan, a team that I can get behind. I think they sit really well being 1-1, but Max Domi, fella, don't change a goddamn thing. Play with that emotion.
Yeah, well said. It's just, can Marner pick it up? Marner. There you go, bud. There's your Achilles heel. Can he just listen to this milk carton vibe from today and jump on the train, pull his weight?
Train's leaving.
Shane,
let's get some love to Jake DeBrusk, too. A big fan of his dad, Louis, when he does the games for the Oiler. Jake DeBrusk's a player. And listen, the Bees, I love the Boston Bruins fans. I love that building come playoff time. After Game 1, when they put on Dirty Water, I'm like, what a tune. But listen, I just don't think they got enough scoring, and I just think their lack of depth down the middle, man. They lost Bergeron and Krejci. And give Monty credit, man. They've played unbelievable. He's got his hands full in the goaltender situation. If I'm Monty, I'm going with the guy who wins. Swayman wins, I stay with him. We lose the game, then you go to Allmark. Allmark played fine.
Played good.
They're not the reason they lost, but that's another situation that now Monty's got to deal with it. The media, the guy's got to worry about it. I don't know if you can go back and forth with goalies ups. I really don't know if you can. In my opinion, you need a guy, you got to go with him until he loses and give the other guy the net.
Yeah.
Because, momentum is such an important thing here. Now all the momentum's in Toronto. Now you go back to Swayman, though, who will be rested. It's just it's a weird situation, don't you think?
Yeah, no, I do. I've never been in it, but I have been in it where you knew two guys were ready to go, and that it's just on either given day, could be either guy, so just be ready.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. If a guy gets it done in Game 1, don't fuck it up. One guy I like to say shout out to, he had a great game yesterday, is that Morgan Geekie. What a pass. What a fucking... Plays well. He plays hard. He's a great player. I think he's, he can be a difference maker. You say there's a lack of scoring. He can be a guy that actually chips in and becomes that bottom six guy that steps up.
Fuck, another physical series, by the way. These two teams are banging and crashing. The Toronto Maple Leafs, you could say a lot of things about them, but they're no longer soft, right?
Yeah.
I heard somebody on ESPN ask a question about the Leafs don't like physical play. I was like, that is not accurate. The Leafs are not scared of physicality one bit. They got a tough team.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the fans in Toronto, but the Boston fans are unbelievable. Let's move out west, up dog. Speaking about a coach that would like to have two goaltender problems, Jared Bednard wouldn't mind having Swayman or Allmark. Georgiev, for God's sakes, man. Can you stop the puck, bro? Can you stop the puck, man? I never thought I'd be begging for Darcy Kempfer to be back in between the pipes. But listen, in all seriousness, we need a save, but they got to tighten it up. You remember when Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals 2 years ago, the great one said, whoever plays defense is going to win this series, and the Avalanche just suffocated the Oilers the rest of the way for the next 3 games. The Avs are playing way too loose, man. Mats is jumping into pucks, and even McCarr's making his mistakes. He doesn't. Taves, they just kind of up dog. You got to tighten it up. They got to be a lot better defensively, and they need a save. But the Jets fans, man,
this is all. I would just want to talk about what the Jets are. The Jets are a team that are underdogged here. They're a team that we don't quite see a whole lot down here in the U.S. But for those of you who want an exciting match, tune in to what these guys, the atmosphere in this barn, the way these two teams play, the speed, the goaltending. It's not the goaltending or their lack of. It's just an exciting series, and this tonight will be another good match.
They're beauties. The Peg fans are beauties. They're all pinned. They all got white on. They got their face painted. They're just into it.
Degenerates, yeah.
Listen, you get 6 goals on Hollebach, you think you're going to win that hockey game.
Totally.
I mean, I'm sitting there
losing
my mind. Listen, Adam Lowry, we could have gave him a Labatt Blue. We probably should have. This guy's a leader. He's big. I would take him on my team any day of the week. But listen, Niederreiter on Makar, greasy, man. Greasy. Makar breaks his stick. Niederreiter grabs his stick, lifts it up, 2-on-1 the other way. They score. I'm sitting on my couch losing my mind. Can we review that maybe, Ups?
On a goal, you should be able to. On a play that results in a goal, if it's a blatant, again, this is going to get back to the over-under or the gambling thing. It's too much. We have cameras. Before, you never see that shit. You used to have to really fucking fine-tune in on, early 2000s, which is why our YouTube videos are not up of our first goals, O'Brien. Yeah. But now there's so many cameras that it's like we got to get the calls right, especially if it's something shady like that. Like that's almost like using a hand pass or like kicking it, or it's tricky.
Yeah. I agree. Knights Dallas up dog. What'd you think of that one last night?
I loved that game last night.
Yeah.
Listen, I loved it. I thought I expected it to go under, but the Golden Knights, man, heads up. Mark Stone comes back, scores in the first 15 seconds of the game. What do you expect? Crossed a lot of commotion in the ocean online. But, the Vegas Golden Knights, they're the champs, all right? They are the champs. If they figure out Logan Thompson and they continue to score at will and trust in each other that they've been there before and rise up to the occasion, which they know how to do, they're all champs. This could be a great long series. But Dallas is never out of it. They proved it last night. They're down. They kept chasing it. They pushed it till the very end. Two great teams, Obi. I think this is going to be a long series.
Listen, Mark Stone was sucking wind out there.
So was Petro.
Fuck, was he sucking wind? I'm like, Petro. Fuck, I know that feeling, fella. He was sucking wind out there, but his stick is so good.
Yeah.
That the lack of conditioning, which he'll get better. His foot speed, which is not getting any better, but he's just so smart out there. Listen, the Vegas is only going to get better. This is the first time they've been healthy all year. Thomas Hertl in the faceoff circle is an absolute beast. He loves to go to the net front. That sixth defenseman that Vegas rolled out there last night. I mean, Alex Martinez was a scratch. The guy's got 3 cups. Blocking shots, they looked big. Their neutral zone looked unbelievable. Ikes was doing his thing. Thompson, I'm not the goalie coach in Vegas. Berkey is your boy. I would be getting Aiden Hill ready to rock here. Thompson's not the guy to take him back to the promised land. Fuck, that stinker he let in the third goal, I could just about kill him. Goaltending worries me, but they look big and strong, and it's gonna be an interesting series. Canucks Preds. Shout out to my Vancouver Canucks. What an atmosphere, man. They came out to you too, the white towels. Every time they showed the rink, there was a drunk guy with a towel drinking beer, either in a gold black jersey or a blue and green one. Unbelievable. The players loved it. I thought the Canucks looked good. I thought their D looked big. I thought Thatcher looked unbelievable. Updog, you just said he's probably not going to play tonight. That kills them. Joshua's got to keep going. Without Demko in this series, it's up for grabs. But I thought if he was going to stay healthy and how big the Canucks D was, and JT Miller's a beast. But if he doesn't play, it's anyone's series now, Updog.
Yeah, no, I thought that the Predators played a game that they have to play in order to win in this playoffs. I think they proved that they deserve a shot in the dance. What they did the last 2 months, they were arguably the best team in the NHL. But what they do is smother. You said that they have lack of depth scoring and high end scoring, but where they make it up is just creating this boring game, and call it like the Trotsy effect from up top. But getting pucks deep, using the glass. Being on the right side of pucks, having good sticks, the D, making sure the D don't get caught up the ice. Like all these little things that hockey teams and then they preach for, like keeping it tight games, how Preds play. It was a great road game. They just got beat at the end. But I expect now this goalie's out. I expect these games to be, to be fought for. There's going to be no easy games out there. So, using home ice to their advantage, I thought the Canucks, found a way to use that energy and get back in that game.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Quinn Hughes walking the line. Listen, could Casey DeSmith go in here tonight and win game 2? Absolutely. Good goaltender, great backup. He can't be the guy every other night. It's just, this is heartbreak hotel if Thatcher Demko was seriously hurt, Updog. Let's hope he's not, but Canucks fans, keep it rocking up there. Last but not least, your Oilers, man.
Woo! Oil Town. 7-4. What a match. Zach Hyman proves that it's not just a regular season, persuasion. His the accolades continue into the playoffs. His first career playoff hat trick. McDavid, 5 unbelievable first assists. Something I've never seen done before in an NHL game. This guy was on a mission. Spinoramas, no-look passes between his legs. The guy was playing Mach 10. Adam Henrique scored his first playoff goal since 2012. Buddy, this series could be quick. If the Oilers play like that, they still have their blemishes, which you could talk about on D. But as far as it goes, 5-on-5, they played an unbelievable game. The Edmonton barn looked insane. Our boy Travis was there with Robe. This is Oilers hockey 101.
Yeah, Oilers fans, what was it, 50-50 over $1 million or something?
During warm-ups, it was $1.3 million.
Fuck, Brento can buy us tickets or what?
Yeah,
we got to get the action. Blano? What about Blano?
Oh, he was there.
Fucking hell, we'll tell him we'll split it with
the boys were there, yeah.
We'll split it with them. Listen, all I got to say is 97, my God. It's the best hockey performance I've ever seen.
Crazy,
he
bro.
was just going even faster, if that's possible. You mentioned Adam Henrique. Proved me wrong in game 1. Made a difference. What a shot. Was big. Looked good on the wing with McDavid. Draisaitl short. I mean, when McDavid starts getting going on the power play, and then he has that option of Draisaitl. You said it was Mario-like last night when we were texting, which it fucking was.
Or Danny Heatley.
When you have to worry about that,
Yep.
you're fucked.
Yep.
Because now you can't challenge McDavid because you're worried about him sliding the Draisaitl down there and he's going to go spink dink on you. I tell you one thing, I would not let Zach Hyman continue to stand in that blue paint. I would take a penalty on him. I would say, boys, we're going to find a way. He is not going to stand there. He's laying on the Talbot. The one he scored for the hat trick, he didn't even shoot it in the net. Just hit a stick. He's just standing there.
That was, by the way, if you watch that playoff play, that face-off play, I think that's a set play. And heads up if you're the other team, but watch it again.
Yeah.
It's one to the point. McDavid comes all the way up, around. They pass it down to McDavid. He doesn't look, and Hyman's standing with his 2 feet like this and a stick on the
right on the pole.
Right like that. So he's giving himself a 3.5-foot target for McDavid just to put it off of. And if the lane's there, it's a goal.
Yeah. Well,
the goalie doesn't even see him.
Hey, newsflash to the Kings.
He stands
Hyman's going to the net. If you're worried about it, he's going to the net. Listen, for the LA Kings, everything I thought about the regular season, I get it's one game, but Pierre-Luc Dubois, I know you got a stinker goal off of Nurse's fucking wheel there, or the next one, who cares? It meant nothing. Pierre-Luc Dubois, give your balls a tug. You had a terrible year. You had 40 points, you're making $8 million. Their D to me is not good enough, and their goaltending is not good enough, and 97-29 exposed all of that last night.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I could go out there and stop them because I probably couldn't have in my career either. But for the Kings, this is what I was worried about. We'll see if they can bounce back. I don't think they're as good as they were last year, the Kings, I'm saying. And that's the first time the Oilers have won a game 1 in the last 2 or 3 years at home. Yeah. They usually lose game 1. So I don't know. You said you might want to go up there to game 3. You might want to get up there. This could be a short. This could be a short one up, dogs. But hey, listen, Stoli baby, we're still pulling for you guys, the Kings. But my God, McDavid and Oilers fans, just enjoy it. I mean, what they're watching up there is it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is.
Last but not least, it's Adidas Tea Time, presented by Adidas Golf, made for wherever you play. Get on their website, fellas. Check out their stuff. Aberg's rocking it. They got some of these cool golf shirts that don't have the collar, that just have the 3 buttons.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, man.
I like that.
Really cool. Updog Tea Times, baby. We got guys on year-end benders. We got guys looking to play. I got guys texting me, hey, Obes, can we go play? You want to play? It's Tea Times, baby. So in the Eastern Conference, is there a team there that let me go first. There's a team I'm looking at next year, the Montreal Canadiens. My boy Marty St. Louis, I think he's the right man for the job. He's proven that. They don't have any major UFAs, although they do got to sign Marty to an extension, which I think they will. Slavkovsky, I think he's going to have a big year. Suzuki, Caulfield. Listen, I watched them play a lot in the second half of the season, and I think they're going to be a playoff team next year. You heard it here first. I think they're going to come back. They're going to make the playoffs. We all know what that Bell Center is like, you first and foremost. So the Montreal Canadiens, to me, are going to be a playoff team next year. The Detroit Red Wings, you got to think they get in there next year too. But is there anybody else that jumps out?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the New Jersey Devils, who missed by 10 points. I think everyone and their mother had them in the playoffs this year to make the playoffs. There is no major UFAs this summer, although look for them to still exercise bringing in Jacob Markstrom and finding a way to get that deal done. Jake Allen, seasoned veteran and a trade deadline acquisition for them, is still under contract for next year. With a goalie, I see this team being a playoff team, Obes. They're not going to be teeing it up too many times here in April moving forward. They're too good. Our boy Jack Hughes has shoulder surgery. He's going to be out, but should be back for the start of training camp. So that's one that stands out to me. And then I don't even know if you want to talk about the Philadelphia Flyers, who
I just wrote it down.
Let down, the situation where basically they had a dream season going. No one expected them to do what they did. Almost 90 points. They missed by 4 points, but the John Tortorella effect in the hockey world, probably uncalled for this year, but it happened, and they missed the playoffs. They're going to have to pay Konechny. What a player. Eric Johnson and Mark Stahl, 2 guys as UFAs. We'll see if they bring them back.
Yeah.
Not sure, but that was a Heartbreak Hotel.
Yeah, I would have loved to be in those year-end meetings in Philly with Torts and the boys. I wonder what was said. Jonesy, DB. I love the Flyers fans. I love those 3 guys. I wish we were watching them play in the playoffs right now. That's a team I'm very intrigued in. Our boy Brady Tkachuk and the Ottawa Senators saw his postseason press conference. kind of liked what he said. Listen, been in the league 6 years, haven't played a playoff game. It's not his fucking fault. I can tell you that right now. Steady Stevie Stamkos, I think he's the right man for the job. Who they pick as their head coach, then this is going to dictate whether Brady Tkachuk plays the next 10 years in Ottawa or he's gone in a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
Because this guy cannot continue to rot away up there and not make the playoffs. He's too good of a player. He's too big. He's too strong. They don't make Brady Tkachuks anymore. So Steady Stevie Stamkos, whoever you hire, I think that's a big, big deal. The Columbus Blue Jackets, probably book your tea times for next year already. Hey, I
would say so.
Probably
I would
book
say
your
so.
tea times already. Right. All right.
I mean, 66 points. McDavid had that in like 15 games this year. But, yeah, that's a tough one. They missed Laine most of the season. Fantilli, Kent Johnson out for most of the year. But, listen, they got a couple young players to be happy for and to be excited about. But other than that, unless they get unless they move to like Atlanta or somewhere, they get out of Columbus, they're unfortunately not. They're not shaking anything up anytime soon.
Yeah, and obviously the Pittsburgh Penguins, we'll see what happens there with Sid making him miss 2 years in a row. But out west here, up dog, there's a lot more stinker teams out here out west. I mean, the Sharks in one, Blackhawks, book your tea times for next year already. Ducks, you can book your tea times for next year already. The Utah team, I think they got some good pieces, man.
Yeah.
And with a young up and coming owner like Ryan Smith, I think this team could be a playoff team next year.
With no noise and just excitement, it's going to be great. I'm excited to see that.
A team I want to talk to you about is your Seattle Kraken. 2 years ago, they scored more goals 5-on-5 than anyone that got them in the dance. What's your feeling on this team moving forward?
Buddy, I would love to be able to say that they hit just a roadblock, maybe with some injuries this year. My boy Jaden Schwartz wasn't in the lineup all year. To me, they ran, the first couple seasons, it seemed like they had the pieces fall into place. Like they all kind of had something to prove. Again, we've seen it with Vegas Golden Knights. I like their coaching staff. I like I do like their D. I think Justin Schultz is great. I think the big boy, whatever his name is. Oleska. I like him. Alexa?
Well, I know who you're talking about, the big mutant on the back end.
I like him. Listen, there's pieces there. Can they get back in the tough West, man? The West is no easy.
Dude, they got to go out, and I don't have the UFA list up here. I don't even know if there's any big, but Ronnie Francis, go out there and sign a big boy. Yeah. Go out there and get someone to come in here and be the face of this franchise. Go out there, if it's a defenseman or a forward, you got to go out and sign someone big. Time is now, in my opinion. I don't know if there's a guy out there.
They re-signed Eberle, right? So Eberle's coming back.
But I mean, they need a fucking.
I know.
They need a guy that's going to be like, this is our guy.
Yeah.
This is our guy. Listen, St. Louis Blues, I thought they showed some good heart this year, up dog. The team for me, the Minnesota Wild, man, I love Billy Guerin. I love the way he manages his hockey club. I don't know. Did they miss their window? I hope not. Well, that's a team I'm going to keep my eye on this offseason. I think they finally have Suter and Parise coming off the books for long-term IR, which I think will open up some cap space either this year or next year for them. But I'm cheering for the Minnesota Wild and bearded Billy Guerin. Time will tell. But up dog, tea times, fella. I got a tea time tomorrow with you for Monster Day.
That's right.
Fucking bring it on.
Fella, let's go.
By the way, Monster Day favors you more than maybe anyone at that club.
Why is that?
Because no one hits as far as you, and that's going to be playing in this Monster Day.
That's true.
So you're going to have such an advantage. I got to go back to those black tees. I'm losing sleep over the last couple of days. I'm going to the range right now, though, to work on my driver, get her down.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice match tomorrow with you.
Looking forward to it. Up,
BG,
dog.
let's go, baby.
You the man. Thank you to Morgan and Kyle, HallPass Media. That was Missin Curfew.
Fellas.